Hey guys, what's up? This is What the Tech, and if you're an AT&T customer, they could be lying to you right now as we speak. At the moment, they're rolling out a carrier update that changes the LTE icon on your status bar to 5GE instead. Not only is that misleading, but it also comes in a fancy new font as well. Alright, so let's check it out and see how the other telecom competitors are reacting, while also discussing why this is such a bad marketing idea and a bad plan overall. Alright, so AT&T for a couple of Android phones, such as Samsung or LG phones, have pushed a carrier update that changes their LTE icon to 5GE. So on paper, this applies to phones that can support LTE-A or LTE Advanced. And what makes LTE Advanced different from LTE regular is that it has things like carrier aggregation, 4x4 MIMO, and 256 QAM. I'll explain those in a future video, so subscribe if you want to see that later on. But what AT&T is essentially doing here is for phones that can support the best 4G LTE, they're labeling that as 5G, which is a misnomer, of course. And also in the blog post they done to reply to all the criticisms, they said openly that once real 5G comes out, 5G with millimeter wavelengths technology, they're going to call it 5G plus. And of course, as I alluded to earlier, competitors such as Verizon, T-Mobile, and Sprint have actually jumped on this, and they pretty much all have the same messaging that this is a bad move for the industry. So in an open letter, which I'll link in the description if you want to read it, by Verizon, it pretty much states that when we say 5G, we mean 5G. No one is named here specifically, but everyone knows it's about AT&T. T-Mobile took a more humorous route by roasting AT&T in a pit of eternal flames, so let's check it out. I found it pretty funny. Yeah, that's 9G. Beat that. Sprint's Chief Technology Officer, John Saw, was quoted, "AT&T is blatantly misleading consumers. 5GE is not real 5G." Those are some pretty strong words. Alright, so it's now clear where AT&T's competitors stand on this. Now let's talk about why this is such a bad thing for the industry, even though it's being protected by the defense that it's just marketing. Because AT&T is mucking up the water and quite literally misleading consumers about this, you risk dampening consumer enthusiasm about the whole technology. And when you dampen consumer enthusiasm, they may not want to actually go out of their way to buy these new 5G capable phones or devices, or even home broadband plans. So what I'm basically trying to say is people may walk away from this with the misconception that 5G is no different than 4G LTE, or they'll admit it's just a little bit better, but that's terribly wrong. The difference between 5G and 4G is almost night and day. While you have even larger download and upload speeds, what 5G offers is significantly lower latency, which is what really makes a difference here, which allows for broadband internet, more Internet of Things devices out on the road, as well as autonomous driving. People need a clear and consistent message on what 5G is, and this will become especially important as hardware comes out to support 5G, such as modems and chipsets. How awkward is it going to be when, I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you might be a little more into the tech scene, you're going to go, "Well, you see, my friend, that's not real 5G. And they're going to go, "Well, what's real 5G? It says 5G up here." Then you have to go explain to them, "Oh, you were lied to." Some of you guys who may have watched my previous video on explaining 5G may know that I personally am invested into 5G, and not invested, but I do want to see 5G grow up and become big. What I'm personally looking forward to is not autonomous driving or the Internet of Things, but for home internet to be expanded, for more competitors to bring prices down and to bring the quality up. And to have a company come out and blatantly lie or market this in such a dishonest way, that's kind of disheartening. Thanks for watching What the Tech. If you like what you saw, don't forget to give a thumbs up down below and go ahead and subscribe to see more future videos. And also, before you leave, go ahead and leave a comment on telling me what do you think about AT&T and what they're doing right now. Is it right? Is it justified? Is it just marketing? I lean more on the side that this is basically lying to the consumer, but hey, I like to see what you guys think. Alright, see you in the next one. Peace.